Hi, I'm Dean Baker, and I'm here to show you a piece of equipment that will work for anybody, paintball or airsoft. It's called the Mousetrap Bang Alarm. Let's start building. Before we start building, I should reiterate about the safety procedures you should follow during this. During this build, you should be very careful of what you do, or else you might have an injury like this or worse.
For this build, you will need a mousetrap, some duct tape, some string, assorted small nails, some stakes of some sort, and caps you could find for a cap gun.
Now I noticed on a few things on the mousetrap is that some of these pegs are a little high. So I'm going to tap them down a little bit. Be sure not to smash your thumb while you're doing this. Okay, now it is the desired height that I like it. I'm going to start putting on the nails where the percussion caps will go. First, we're going to make sure that the bar will hit the percussion caps. So what I'm going to do is just snap this a few times, create an indent into the wood, showing you where that bar comes down at. Now to save myself from snapping my fingers, I'm going to bind clip this on the back, on itself, like so it can't snap me while I'm trying to hammer in the nails. Now, I'm going to push this nail on here. Okay, now we got the nail set in. It's time to see if we got them aligned right. And what to do that is either one, actually put the caps on it and see if they'll pop, or you could do what I'm doing. Now as you can see right here, this nail is higher than that nail. So I'm going to have to tap that nail down in there a little more. I'm going to bind clip this again and tap it down a little bit further. Until
ready, go.
It's about perfect, like so. Now it's ready for the percussion caps,
Nice
which I will
choice.
place on later. Now it's time to take this thing to the drill. Okay, now I am at the drill. I'm going to drill a few holes for the trigger string and for some support strings. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to pick up the bait pedal, that way it doesn't get in the way of the drilling. And as you can see, we got ourselves a nice couple of holes for some support and trigger string in this string. So let's put the final products on this thing.
Alright, when you buy these caps, you're going to notice they're in these pathetic little rings. We're going to want them individualized. So, we're going to cut them up with these scissors. Be sure not to cut yourself with that. And there you will have your individual caps for your Mousetrap Bang Alarm. Now what we're doing here is simply tying that stake to that mousetrap. What I did first was duct taped it to the spike so that it won't move around as I try to tie it on there. Then I just simply tied the string onto the mousetrap. Then to make sure it doesn't move around too much, I just simply went across the stake both times on top and bottom, and sort of made an X pattern on the back as well. Now, as we about tie this together, this took me forever right here, honestly, so that's why it's all sped up here. Then, after we're done tying, take the tape off, and that's your base. That's pretty much the base of it. Now, all we need to do is tie triggers onto it, and we'll be on our way. Okay, now here is where I tie the trigger string to the mousetrap. What I did is now with that fifth hole we drilled, we sort of tried fishing it through there, like so, and just simply tie it to the bait pedal. Now this one already had some holes already built into it, but if you need something to tie it onto, you could drill a hole into it or just simply improvise or something. Now, what I did here, what I did here is I simply tied it on twice to it. Right here. And, yeah, fishing line is suggested to use through here or other invisible strings, because this part you don't want anyone to see. Make sure it's on there good and tight too. Okay, and that's your tripwire. I just simply got my knife out and cut that extra string off. And yeah. So, now what we're going to do next is take this outside and set it off.
Now this is for outside placement. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try guarding this area right over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stake the one with the mousetrap into the ground. Oh. Like so. Run the line out. That should be good for this demonstration. Now if my assistants will toss me the stake.
Or try to.
I'll stake this end right over here. Wrap the string around. Make sure this string right here is fairly tight, but loose enough for you to set it. Now the duct tape, if you please. Thank you. Try to rip off a piece of duct tape here. Just a small strip. You don't need too big of an amount. Just want to make sure that this wire will stay placed. Stay put. And there you go. Now, you'll come over here. We'll set the mousetrap so it'll make a bang. Now to arm this, we're just going to take the cap, put it right there. Make sure it don't fall off. And put it right there. Now, set this baby fully up. It's just like any other mousetrap. Bar all the way down. That's this bar. The bait pedal. I'm gonna have to lift this baby up a little. Oh. And you're gonna let that keep fall off. Oh, my string too tight there. I'm just gonna do this because you guys would get the basic idea of this. Now, when someone walks onto this, pull on the bait pedal, and there we go. Now, let's go back inside and I'll show you how to set it up in there. Now, this setup would be perfect for hallways and such. Now, what you're going to do is take your stake with the mousetrap on it, duct tape it to the wall. Grab myself a piece of duct tape here. Duct tape it to the wall. Like so. I'm going to use another strip here just to make sure this sucker stays on. There. Now, I'll run my line all the way over about here. About need 3 hands for this. Okay, and then I'm going to take a duct tape and just place it on like there. And see, you have the line hooked up. And assuming if you watch me do it outside on your mousetrap, and when someone walks on this, same thing will happen. Now let's do a doorway. This situation works great for doorways. What I'm going to do is set the stake with the mousetrap on it. And myself, piece of tape. Back it. There we go. Place it under there. So, just so it don't fall off. Base string, you don't need much. A little bit of tape here too. And simply tape it to the door, like so. Now when the enemy swings the door open, we'll set up the mousetrap. Now, this will do for this show.